Kamal Bhai, Mehdi Kamal, known to everybody. He was leading us behind the scenes, but we were integral part of this team. Mazhar Ali, Moeen Ahmed Khan, Amalullah Hanif, and Aftab Siddiqui, myself, and Mehdi Kamal. I mean, I may have left a couple of names, but we would meet every day. Mazhar was very artistic, but he was very intelligent. He completed the engineering. We graduated in 1982. He worked in the engineering field, but his passion was acting. And he introduced me to the kind of poetry that I didn't know before. And he believed in this one part of a shair from Allama Iqbal, which is, Ya Naba Paida na kar, Ya Sarapa Nala Banja, Ya Naba Paida na kar, Ya Sarapa Nala Banja, Ya Naba Paida na kar. Goya, if you're not going to do it to the best level, then don't even try. So he became one of the best actors in the history of Pakistan television. I mean, millions of people know him, but the kind of bond we had with him is immeasurable, undescribable. We still feel the hugs and the talks we had together. So I'd like to ask Mehdi Kamal, we were together all the time, to say a few words. And
Mehdi Kamal. मैंने राशिद से कहा कि मैं कुछ बोलूँगा नहीं, ये मुश्किल है, तो मैं तब ये कहूँगा कि मदर के लिए फातिहा, उसके नजात बुलंदी के लिए फातिहा.
there is
चंद अशार कहते हैं कि बेनाम मुसाफिर रास्ता चल रहे हैं और वसवसे दिलों में फल रहे हैं. होने वाली है फिर कोई तकलीफ, खलकत के चेहरे पिघल रहे हैं और दूर से रोशनी के शहर लगे, अंदर से मकान जल रहे हैं और तरक्की हो रही है दुनिया में, भूख से बच्चे मचल रहे हैं. तो ये है कि मौत से किसकी जा रही है, कल आज तेरी कल मेरी बारी है, और तब ठाट पड़ा रह जाएगा जब लाल चलेगा.
There is clips of some various dramas that he played role in, a very short clip. Please go ahead.
बात एक करते हैं, काम दूसरा करते हैं. शुरू में वैसे अच्छे लगते हैं, लेकिन जब बात पता चल जाए तो मामला कुछ और ही बदल आता है. दुख तो नहीं, हम तो सच बोलते हैं साहब, बोलते हम हैं और उखाड़ के कोई और ले जाता. साहब जी, किसी के जाती मामलात में इस तरह से तंज करना बड़े लोगों के मुंह से अच्छा नहीं लगता.
ये थकन, ये बदमिजाजी, ये तो पिछले 2-3 बरस से चली आ रही है मेरे साथ भाइयों. खास तौर पे जब से तुम अमेरिका से वापस आई हो, मैं यही थकन उतारने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. जिसका दिल जीतना है वो तो मेरे कदम में आ जाएगी ना. वो जो अपने आप को विलियम शेक्सपियर का एडवाइजर समझती है.
सच बड़ा कड़वा है, उसे मेरे ही हालत में रहने दो. तुम बर्दाश्त नहीं कर सकोगे. ठीक जाहिर है जिन लोगों की वजह से इस मुल्क में फुटबॉल का मुस्तकबिल तारीख हो रहा है, उनके नजदीक मुझ जैसे इंसान का मुस्तकबिल तारीख करना क्या माने लगता है.
आज के दिन तुम्हें इतनी शामें रोशन करनी चाहता
काम बुरा हुआ है उसे खुद सोचना चाहिए। हमेशा से नहीं तो जाना था मुझे। जाने से पहले ऐसा लगता था कि जैसे तुमसे कहने के लिए बहुत कुछ है मेरे पास। अब ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे मेरे पास कहने को कुछ नहीं रहा।
बात आप भी सुन लीजिए हीरो भाई, अगर इस फिल्म में ना मेरा कोई रोल नहीं बना तो हो सकता है कि ये फिल्म में बनने ही नहीं दूं। आपने उनको बताया नहीं होगा कि हम यहाँ बैठे हैं, वरना कच्चे धागे से चले आते हो सरकार बने।
तुम मैं इस तरह को चलाने के लिए काम करता हूँ। इसलिए इसका हमारे असली बात को
अगर सिर्फ अपनी ऐनक से हम दुनिया को देखने की कोशिश करते हैं ना, तो दुनिया बहुत तंग नजर आती है। हमें वही तक नजर आता है जहाँ तक कहने की जरूरत है। मैं ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं सोच रहा, बल्कि तुम अपनी मतलब मौसीकी के कोमल सुरों को अंडरएस्टिमेट कर उनकी ताकत कमजोरी समझ रही हो। अपने अंदर मौसीकी जितनी वसत पैदा करो।
ये भी नहीं सोचा कि तुम्हारे बिना मेरा क्या हाल हो रहा होगा, क्या बीत रही होगी कुछ पर। और उनकी तरह से ढूंढ करके लोगों को मेरे लिए कहा था जो सुबह मेरी सरकारी माँ ने मेरे साथ किया, उसके बाद मैं तो क्या मुझे औरत के नाम से भी नफरत हो गई।
मेरा मुकम्मल होना शायद अधूरी रहना चाहिए।
We do mourn the loss of our fellow Indian, Mr. Mazhar Ali, and I have to say a lot of thank you and gratitude to the two speakers. I don't know if you all felt it, but I definitely felt the loss that they feel personally of the fellow Indian. So a big round of applause and thank you for rushing today. It is a little tough to take a program from here, but I have to do it because we have to do the program. So the next speaker that I'm going to invite to come and present to us is Mr. Arif Zafar Mansuri Sahab. Mr. Mansuri holds a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from NED University and a master's in industrial engineering from Texas Tech, and an MBA as well. Mr. Mansuri is an industrialist, social activist, philanthropist, and editor-in-chief for California-based Pakistan American weekly newspaper, Pakistan Link and Urdu Link. He also serves as a chairman of USA-based organization Friends of Pakistan. Mr. Mansuri has been recognized with numerous awards, including U.S. Congressional Awards and the Award of Excellence from the President of Pakistan, Dr. Arif Alvi, in 2022. Please give a big round of applause to Arif Zafar Mansuri Sahab.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Honorable guests, esteemed alumni, dear friends. It's an incredible honor to stand before you today in this gathering of fellow Indians, some of the finest engineers and the brightest minds in this world. Even though it's been decades since I graduated from NED in 1983, the impact of the experience still resonates deeply in my heart. NED was not just where I earned a degree in mechanical engineering. It is where I became the person I am today. Back then, we were just students, full of dreams, walking down the hallways, pulling all-nighters, facing challenges. But we weren't just learning engineering. We were learning resilience, perseverance, and the value of hard work. Those moments, those lessons shaped me to who I am today. Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon that can be used to change the world. For me, those words truly reflect and capture what NED did for me. When I moved to USA, NED came along with me. The foundation it gave me allowed me to earn a master's degree in industrial engineering from Texas Tech University, Lubbock, Texas, and an MBA from Pepperdine University in Los Angeles, California. But it wasn't just about earning degrees. It was about taking risks and believing in the value and the power of hard work that can transform dreams into reality. Like many of us, I started out with very humble beginnings. But God was very kind to me, and I achieved entrepreneurial success. And I can say, Alhamdulillah, I am living the American dream. But it is all started at NED. Now, as I look around the room, I see so many success stories, so many people whose lives have been changed by NED. We are living proof of the power of education to change lives. And we owe it to our alma mater to carry forward this legacy. NED gave us the tools to build successful career, but it also gave us a sense of belonging, identity that transcends borders. Now, I have a lot of very fond memories from my NED days, but I have one regret. And the regret is that I did not choose the friends I hung out with in NED wisely. Well, some of my friends from my NED days are sitting right here, and I'm going to be very bold and tell them that that is where I made a mistake. Now, Ashraf Habibullah, my all-time favorite keynote speaker, he's not present here today, and his presence is deeply missed. He had some prior engagement. But Ashraf Habibullah said in his many speeches that when he was at NED, he did not like the studies much. He was only interested in singing, good food, and pretty girls.
I remember.
Now, I think, looking back, that I would have been better off if I had found friends like Ashraf Habibullah. But I ended up friending these Parhaku people, these super genius people. They really, I believe they ruined my life. But now I have some blame for myself also. As far as, the singing part, I could never sing. I mean, Ashraf Habibullah Sahab said that he would go to the St. Joseph's College, and at 3 p.m. when the school would let out, he would stand there and sing songs. I don't know if I can do aja. I mean, this is something, it makes me cringe right now. Only Ashraf Habibullah Sahab can stand here and sing songs like that. Well, sir, I'm a little too old to go to St. Joseph's College now, but so that was, so needless to say that out of the three things that Ashraf Habibullah mentioned, I only enjoyed one. And I'm sure you guessed it right. I really had plenty of kebab that burns road. The other two items, but nevertheless, those friendships I developed, I would not exchange that for the world. Those are the best friends I have, and I love them. And that's what it is all about. NED to me is all that. In conclusion, I would like to just say that NED was what changed my life. I am what I am today because of NED, and we all owe great debt to NED. I would like to thank NED youth for their friendship and camaraderie, and and I'd like to thank NED for everything. Thank you and God bless NED.
Thank you, Arif Sahab. We all talk about NED and we get nostalgic about it. It's natural. But those of us that have spent 4 or 5 years, depending on how long it took me to graduate, it took me 5 years. It wasn't because I was failing. It just took me 5 years. We all talk about NED and we get nostalgic about it. And I think I'm going to echo the same sentiments that Abdullah Sahab said, that I think what NED installs in all of us that have gone through that system is a lot of confidence and belief. And the ability to take on the challenges, which probably a lot of people cannot. And it's a God-gifted training that has been given to at our campus, and we should not really underestimate that in our lives. I can say this very proudly about myself. Whatever I have achieved, the very little that I have achieved in life, is of course because of Allah, my parents. If there is anything else that I have to give credit to, it's because of my alma mater. So big round of applause to our alma mater. I guess I want to share a moment of what did I get from NED, right? That's the thing maybe from the previous speaker. So I actually got a degree, of course. I made a bunch of fantastic friends that are friends of life for us. And I lived my life in NED. I was not with the Bahab kids. I was with the kids that actually did all the fun. So alhamdulillah, I had a lot of fun. But I also found my wife at NED. So it's great, छोटा सा joke सुनाया. I think I said this in maybe one of the conventions before. So for those of you that have heard it, I apologize. But it's something I feel like sharing with everybody. So hopefully we can have a little bit of a jovial moment. So 4-5-6 साल पहले, I went back to Pakistan. At that time, my mother was sick. She passed away. But I used to go very frequently to Pakistan, maybe sometimes 2 times a year, 3 times a year. Doing one of those trips, I had to go to get some medical reports from her, from a pharmacy, from a laboratory. And I had some time to kill in the tree, right? So I said, I have some time, the campus is not too far, let me just go and take a tour. I had an hour and a half to kill. So I gaya ji andar, badi izzat rangers ne mujhe, no issues, wallahi. They let me in. I took a tour on the campus and I found one of the peons. कोई NED mechanical का है यहाँ पे तो उसको ईदन शाह या ईदन शाह. Somebody remembers him. Okay, very good. That's good. So Eden Shah was a character जो कि एक assistant था Dr. Muzaffar साहब का उस ज़माने में, हमारे ज़माने में. And he was basically asking me, he saw me, he recognized me. I must have been 20 years that I hadn't seen him, but he recognized me. तो उस नाम पूछा मैं कैसे हैं, ठीक ठाक है, सब बाल बच्चे खैरियत से हैं. अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आप अच्छे हैं, अच्छे हैं. He was a very colorful personality. He still is. तो Eden Shah ने फिर मुझसे पूछा, शादी हो गई? मैंने कहा अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 3 बच्चे हैं यार, very good. तो कहते हैं उसी से. So that is how much NED loves us, right? Beautiful memories. So with that being said, I do invite the guest speaker today that has joined us today, and I will give the name Solomon Cabanis, and I will give a short bio of the gentleman that has joined us. Kindly, graciously accepted our invitation to join us at this event. Solomon Cabanis is the Transportation Commissioner in the City of Atlanta. Mr. Cabanis leads the Atlanta DOT that oversees the planning, design, construction, and maintains the city's transportation network. With over 20 years of experience in the transportation sector, he's a passionate person about improving the mobility, safety, and sustainability of communities. And there is something that I like about you, sir, that I read looking up your bio on the web, of course, that you did serve in our home state of the city of Middlesex, County of Middlesex. So thank you for that. It's not too far from where I live, but we appreciate what you did for us. Mr. Cabanis holds an MBA degree from New York, so that's one of the connections. The New York people are the best people in the world, of course. There you go. I found somebody who agrees with us. And he holds an MBA from New York City University and an MS in Civil Engineering from the University of Tennessee. Please give a big round of applause to Mr. Solomon Cabanis.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
All right, Saturday night in October. Welcome to the city of Atlanta for those who are coming from other places.
Can you hear me? Yes. All right. Let me first welcome everyone to the city of Atlanta, especially those who are coming from other places. I send welcomes from the Mayor, Andre Dickens, of the city of Atlanta and the Atlanta City Council. We're very honored to have you choose Atlanta to be a part of this energy here. There are many conventions and many people who come here to celebrate with us, so it is an honor to have you here. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for the invitation. You heard some of my bio, and yes, I spent time in New Jersey. My former job, my last job, was transportation director for Middlesex County, New Jersey. It was an honor to serve. One of my mentors was a resident and a constituent of Middlesex County, so it was even that much more of an honor to serve Middlesex County. But when I got the call to come back to Atlanta by our mayor, it was something I couldn't pass up. Hearing the stories that we've heard tonight, and many of the stories that I'm sure you all identify with, is identity and legacy. And I just want to speak a bit to that tonight. I'll give you the stats of Atlanta and talk about all the exciting work that's going on in Atlanta. But I feel a kindred connection here because my university, North Carolina A&T State University, which is where I received my bachelor's of science, puts out the most African American engineers in America. And there's a pride that goes with that. And hearing the stories and the identity and what NED represents to everyone here in this room, I feel that connection. So much so that my homecoming is this weekend, which I'm missing. But I'll speak to some of that. But that legacy, that pride, that I amness, you know, the representation of you, and all that your fellow comrades have done in society. Only you know what that feels like, and I appreciate being invited to an event like this. So thank you, and I'll just speak about some of the exciting work that we have going on in Atlanta. So I am the Commissioner of Transportation for the City of Atlanta, the Atlanta Department of Transportation, which is not to be confused with the Georgia Department of Transportation. So for any folks that live here in Atlanta and ride on our highways, that's not me. I am the pothole guy. I am the guy that everyone complains about traffic signals and the potholes and the condition of our infrastructure. So I've only been here since January of 2023. So I've been working on it, so bear with me. But I lead a very strong group in a very proud city. Atlanta is the capital of the Southeast, and we are that emerald city that is called the resurgent city that rose up after the Civil War. So this marks the 50th year of the first African-American mayor, Maynard Jackson, who established neighborhood planning units so that the community could have a say and be involved in all the decisions that were happening out in the city and in city council. So Atlanta has a very proud history, and the community and the citizens of Atlanta have been very active in participating in that history. So what I've been able and fortunate enough to do is to come to Atlanta and contribute to the place that I call home. I was born here, I went to university, and I happened to be in New Jersey, and I worked 22 years in New Jersey until Atlanta called me back home. So being able to go out and then learn from how the world does it and learn from my fellow engineers, some of who are sitting here, and to be able and be fortunate to bring that back home has been an honor and the honor of my lifetime. One very special point about being here as I stand tonight, I was raised 1 mile down the street from where we are now. Wow. So thank you again. Thank you. So let me get through this. The emphasis on legacy that NED represents is very important, I think, to our communities and also part of why we do what we do as engineers. The legacy that NED has left throughout the world is to be recognized and honored. I just want to say that, one of my mentors, who's the chief engineer at the world's most infamous transportation agency, is a product of NED and has made, here's one page, he's a product of NED and he's made immeasurable impacts on the lives of the people. He's made impacts on the current commissioner of transportation for the city of Atlanta, who's been brought here to take Atlanta to the next level. He has made an impact on my wife, who's his colleague, who is part of diversity at the Port Authority, who's texting me now saying, hey, tell Rizwan that I wish I was there, and thank you for everything he's done for me. So Rizwan, I just want to say thank you for being who you are and what you are. So in Atlanta, I oversee thereabouts 4,500 lane miles of roadway throughout the city. I have 155 bridges that I maintain alongside the Georgia Department of Transportation. I have 95,000 signs that I have to maintain and replace, and folks in Atlanta are not shy about calling to replace their signs or faded signs. We have thereabouts 1,100 intersections in the city and about 1,500 pavement markings throughout the city. But something I want to speak to is our capital program. So just to give you an update of what's happening in the city of Atlanta, especially with the Department of Transportation. We have about $750,000 worth of work that the voters voted on back in 2018 and, back in 2021 that we are putting to work. So we are putting a lot of work on the street. And I understand there's some entrepreneurs in this room. So if there are any in Atlanta, we need your help. We have about $300,000 worth of work that we have not completed that was voted on back in 2015. Again, we need your help. Across the way, we have the Atlanta Airport. They have a $7 billion capital program, which is nothing compared to the Port Authority over the next few years. But that facility has a minority participation number there about 35%. The city of Atlanta is committed by Maynard Jackson 50 years ago to make sure those dollars are given to minority contractors and entrepreneurs throughout the city. And it's part of why the Atlanta City Airport, the Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson Airport is the busiest and most efficient airport in the entire world. So without the participation of this community and other communities who are not of the traditional communities of entrepreneurs, we would not be who we are. So it speaks to the diversity and the importance of our participation in our future. So I just want to mention Atlanta, we're working towards sustainability because obviously this is a car-centric environment. It's a lot different than New York and New Jersey and other areas within the country. Sustainability is very close to our hearts. That's why we're taking on initiatives like electric vehicle fueling. We're looking at pilots throughout the city. We're trying to make traffic movement more efficient so we have less carbon going in the air. Our goal for 2025 has been sustainability for our buildings and making sure that we have solar power. So we're working with Georgia Power on building and giving discounts for solar power. There is a number of initiatives to include one that I'm leading called Light Up the Night. The mayor had a focus on transforming or converting the sodium lighting throughout the city to LEDs. Currently, our last phase, we completed 20,000 lights within the city to improve safety, to improve visibility for drivers, and just light up the city. This is a tree city. It's a city in the forest. It's the largest tree canopy of any urban city in the U.S. So we need to light up and make the environment more comfortable for people so they can see. Right now, we are currently at 15,000 since the start of this year of conversions and replacements and installations of new lights throughout the city. So we should be finished with that program in January of this year, and I am very excited about all the work we're doing from a public-private standpoint. We're also working on our traffic and technology innovations. Traffic signals, we're looking at traffic signals communicating with vehicles and vehicles communicating with the environments. That's why the US DOT, Department of Transportation, has given us a waiver to test the VC to X, or the vehicle connectivity to infrastructure. We're one of the key cities focused on that. If you haven't noticed, if you've driven Atlanta streets, or I don't know if you've seen those driverless cars that Google's put out and all, well, Atlanta will be deploying the Waymo vehicles as soon as February of next year. So watch out if you see them. I know some folks are afraid of some of this new technology, but in terms of AI and where things are moving, Atlanta is at the forefront of that. So, but you'll hear a theme here in terms of all the investment that's going into innovation and infrastructure. It turns out we're hosting the 2026 World Cup in North America, Mexico, the US, and Canada. And guess where the semifinal is? Right here in Atlanta. That's where the opportunity is. We have all companies wanting to get a piece of that, and I just want to invite anyone who's local here and is in the market to come participate with us. I'll make my information available, but we really need your help to show the world how Atlanta does it. We also just received the announcement that Super Bowl will be here again in 2028. There's a lot to celebrate. College football will be here this next January, so we have a lot of work to do. I've been working all week and part of this weekend to try to convince City Council to pass a bond measure for $120 million just so I can get downtown in shape, right? So we have a lot of work to do here in Atlanta. But I started off with resilience. Some of what you heard was about leaving home and going out in the world and learning. You got the foundation from NED University. That made you or helped you remember who you were. So you went out into the world and you could build the world. I'm a civil engineer, so we're about civilian life and growth. That is what we need, especially from the up-and-coming generations. So I just want to encourage reaching back to those generations and the folks who are coming up and sharing their story and being mentors, because they need to get out in the world. They need to contribute, and they need that guidance. So I just want to encourage everyone to be those beacons to bring people back. And hopefully, folks from your hometown with the honor, like myself, to go back to their hometown and contribute and give back to what you left and what you went to the university for. So with that, I just want to say, my mayor, Mayor Andre Dickens, is an amazing mayor. He's a big mayor. This is the year of the youth. We want to go back and we want to connect with the youth because the future is theirs. So everything you've learned and everything that you have been able to contribute globally, give that back to those generations who are coming up, and one day they can bring their families back home and move into the same neighborhood as Dr. Martin Luther King to raise their Mexican-American and African-American daughters to be amazing contributors to the future of this nation. So,
Rowan, thank you very much. That was a spirited conversation and talk. You definitely made a pretty strong appeal for all the people. It was a great sales pitch to come to your city and contribute. But you're more welcome to come back on Thursday. I cannot tell for myself I'm doing that, of course, right? Okay, so we do move into basically recognizing Mr. Solomon, and to present the award here are Dr. Asma Zahid Noor, and Shaita. Please. Thank you very much. Give him a big round of applause. Thank you. Fantastic. Now you go back.
ये थोड़ा टच कर भाई वो है लाइव लाइव वो है सही है सही है
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you again. So we want the next speaker that I'm going to introduce and ask to come on the stage. You definitely have heard him today a little bit. Abul Islam Sahab is the president, founder, and CEO of AI Engineers. AI Engineers is a leading consulting engineering firm with over 315 employees, recognized as one of the top ENR's 500 design firms. Originally from Karachi, like I am, all the smart people come from Karachi, and I think it's a good place to live. Thank you. Abul earned his bachelor's degree in 1981 from NED University, pursued his MS in civil engineering from the City College of New York in 1984. He also did some courses with management education from the Kellogg School of Management. As a founding member of both Canadian NA and the New England NED Alumni Association, who has been a strong advocate for enhancing the university status as a world-class institution. He believes the quality of education and infrastructure is essential for Pakistan's progress. With that, please give a big round of applause and welcome Abul Islam. Thank you.
सीरियस टॉपिक है अशरफ हबीबुल्लाह साहब को मिस कर रहे हैं के पास मैट्रिक्स और उनकी एक्साइटमेंट जो करते हैं वो मिस कर रहे हैं लेकिन ये मेरा जो देख के लाया स्पीच सबसे पहले तो मैं शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ एटलांटा वालों का जिन्होंने बहुत कोशिशें की हैं बहुत एफर्ट्स किए हैं इस कन्वेंशन को कामयाब करने के लिए सबके साथ पूरे NED alumni USPs. We have held 2 of them in Connecticut, and I can tell you how much effort it takes to put together a national show, like a national convention. So I like to mention, other than the usual name that are always there as a rock, जिसमें राशिद अली बेग हैं, जिसमें मेहंदी कमाल हैं, जिसमें असम सिद्दीकी हैं, तनवीर मलिक हैं, और अगर एक आध का नाम मैं भूल रहा हूँ तो माफ़ कीजिएगा। ये हमेशा यहाँ पे होते हैं और सबको सपोर्ट करते हैं ताकि कन्वेंशन कामयाब हो और हम लोगों को इकट्ठा कर सकें, हम एक अच्छा नेटवर्क बना सकें। इसमें 20 साल लग गए हमें इस नेटवर्क को बनाते हुए और अब हम इसके फ्रूट्स ले रहे हैं, जो कि VC साहब ने कहा कि इतना ये कि $1 बिलियन about $3 million जनरेट किया है इससे और भी करना है। तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। लेकिन एक शख्स को मैं जरूर जिक्र करूँगा, वो है शाहिद खान। शाहिद खान को बगैर जो हम कनेक्ट कर सकें, वेरी प्राउड बी पार्ट ऑफ दैट। आज शाहिद खान और देखा आपने enormous energy, endless passion to make things happen. इससे पहले भी उन्होंने काम किया, so a lot of kudos to Shahid Khan for holding a very successful convention. So give us a now. Just like many of the speakers said before, that how NED being there for 4 or 5 years shaped who we are today as individuals, as persons, as business people, as entrepreneurs, as professionals, and it is a big deal for us. But for the purpose of taking the success that we have achieved here in the last several decades, many of you see if we can not only help our own communities where we live, whether in Connecticut, New York, or wherever you live, but can we do a little bit for Pakistan? And that has always been my quest, that how do we make a difference from the place that we came, from NED. I'm a civil engineer, run a civil engineering company which does now everything, all types of engineering and construction services. But can we combine all the talents and how the world is shaping around us with regard to disruption and new technology. So that's the reason I wrote that, we all care about that, and I like to say, I'm going to read it, that the alumni network's role and what could achieve further. And that's the point that what it has done so far. The alumni network has brought NED stalwarts, professionals, business persons, entrepreneurs, bonded together with the Vice Chancellor, you heard him tonight, and faculty of this time spent. Year-round regular visit by many alumni in the main campus allows them to know firsthand what is happening and then what to do about it, how to help. And you heard all the scholarships, the endowment fund, the Maji fund, the Alif, the Isaac Anwani, efforts to have the clean water. All of this thing is being done because we are able to organize ourselves, US-based and North America-based. I wish all alumni get together and be part of this success story. Sometimes they don't become, and there's a lot of persuasive discussion that we have to have before they become informative and we support and make this NED alumni in North America more powerful so we can generate more funds, more connectivity to help our alumni. That is already going on. So the point I'm trying to make, सामने नहीं आ रहा तो ये भी सारी चीजें हो रही हैं, academia collaboration भी हो रहा है. So the point that I'm making that creation of successful endowment fund is one of the biggest achievements that I believe in, and the scholarship that we do. VC sir will tell you that a good chunk of the 100,000 rupees of tuition fee is generated from scholarship all over the alumni from the United States, including the Endowment Foundation. I would say that, let's talk about a little bit about the economic development and the digital challenge we have in front of us, that the education, the traditional engineering education needs to dramatically change. Many universities, US universities are looking into interdisciplinary models, not just the 4-year models, because the alignment is very, very crucial. Globally, this is the alignment. If you are producing the 4-year graduates, are they aligned for the industry? And there is not enough number of 4-year graduates to support the industry, because there's a lot of job openings and a lot of baby boomers are retiring. And this is a global phenomenon, not just based in the United States. So what we need to do is, in the age of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and the new technology and unimaginable computing power and endless data we have today, ChatGPT, LLMs, and artificial general intelligence is coming soon, which will mimic human brain. Our world, our society, our culture, our political economy is undergoing dynamic shifts worldwide. Traditional 4-year engineering programs are essential, but they prepare students for fast evolving demands of industries shaped by these AI and ML and emerging technologies. It's no longer confined to computer science degrees. It is used in any and all endeavors of industry, including predictive mechanical system, advanced manufacturing, AI and enhanced network optimization in electrical engineering. And the next generation of engineers must be equipped with foundational knowledge in AI, machine learning, and data analytics in their core coursework across all disciplines. So interdisciplinary learning is here, and boundaries between traditional fields of engineering is blurred now. Colleges must foster interdisciplinary mindset, training students in multiple fields, preparing to teach them for complex and integrated systems in the real world. Engineers of future will need focus more on creativity and problem solving and innovation. Critical thinking, collaboration, and communication skills will allow these competencies to develop continuous lifelong learning. is going to be the new normal. Continuous lifelong learning is the new normal. Industry must be aligned with engineering curricula globally, not just over here or in Pakistan. Technical companies and startups are already doing this partnership with academia, incorporating industry, sponsored projects, internship that helps students get a relevant future-proof education. Coming back to Pakistan, the last part of my speech, I'm not going to take, I know I have 6 minutes, and that's why I was compelled to write it down before I forget. That Pakistan has a unique situation. It has a huge youth bulge. It is 6th largest population in the world, 240 million people. And of 60% of them are youth, and they don't have a lot of opportunities. You can call it whatever dysfunctional, failed government institutions that cannot provide basic services of quality education. At the high school level, that is a huge problem. Somebody was saying that if you can take away, I was just reading, $1.5 billion out of the $9.5 billion defense budget, you can completely reform the broken private education system, public education system in Pakistan. You can reform it, you can incentivize teachers, you can put teachers, good buildings, and have a rigorous program. Hopefully someday it will happen, but it's not happening right now. So we're left with no choice but to have Pakistani institution, and I think NED has a historic role towards that goal. Because as the VC sir mentioned that we are the largest engineering university in Pakistan, most successful. And I think the NED University is corporate branding, its 100-year history, and its success stories with the alumni network could be a model for Pakistan and the 200-odd universities to really go and start program of certification, not just 4-year degrees, at the high school level to make people employable, so that when they come out of high school, NED with the local vocational school works out the standards and the certification process as the industry, I'm sure and I'm hopeful, will take off. In the IT sector, in the knowledge economy, in the manufacturing, advanced manufacturing, things will happen. It is inconceivable in my viewpoint that a large country like Pakistan with so many natural resources, so many people resources will not come out of its economic difficulties. You know, politics, nobody wants to talk about politics in Pakistan because it gets really very difficult. So we're hoping that the engineering university, like NED University, being the largest and most prominent, has a historic role, and I think it can be done. So that's the end of my speech, but I have one idea. Lodi Saab said he's going to be retiring in next year, March or April. Here is a new assignment for you, Lodi Saab. You know, we'll set up a fund. You have the tremendous amount of depth of knowledge and understanding you have in the educational, particularly engineering, technology, education, and context. We can use them. We can generate a new fund and start making a difference in Pakistan, engineering, technological, and vocational knowledge toward Pakistan. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very thoughtful speech. The love for Pakistan that Abu mentioned was pretty much evident in his talk. The next speaker that I'm going to introduce is somebody from the home state of Atlanta. You have probably heard him if you have been with us for the last day or so. Mr. Azhar Syed, President and founder of Data Set Incorporated. Azhar Sahab graduated with MD University in Electrical Engineering from 1987, with a master's from Oklahoma State University. Azhar Sahab se meri mulaqat hui thi NED convention mein in New Jersey about 2 years ago. His name is, of course, he carries the same name as my father's name, so I have a lot of respect for Azhar Sahab. And Azhar Sahab is a man of very small conversations, but very big ideas. I'm not going to waste too much time on introduction. The man can speak for himself. Please welcome Azhar Syed. Thank you.
I've just been told that I have to speak, and I'm not sure what the topic should be, but I think
this convention is something is close to my heart. That's the reason I always support the convention. Because I'm going to talk about, as an employer, what has impact on when we hire somebody. Usually as an employer, we get hundreds of resumes for various jobs. If I don't know the university, I don't know what that school is about. And how do we know about a school? Is through the alumni. They create the image of any school. I'll give you an example of IIT in India. I don't know nothing about it. I never been to India. I don't know how the campuses look like. But what I do know is a perception created by the alumni in this country. It's a very simple thing. So the reason I always support this convention is our responsibility to make sure that we create a positive image of our school, which has played a vital role in my own life. You know, raised by a single mother in Pakistan, working in a factory. My mother was a factory worker. She raised 3 boys, and her dream was all 3 of her boys get good education. So if you take NED out of, or if I take NED out of my life, I don't know what I would have been doing. So for that reason, I feel kind of obligated to make sure that we create a positive image of the school which has given me opportunity to be wherever I am today. So that's in a nutshell what I have in mind is we have to grow this thing. There are more than, if I'm not mistaken, about 5,000 of Canadians are in North America. We do good. We sometimes able to pull in as many as 700 to 800 people. And my vision is the more we do it, the bigger we do it, we can attract the corporate sponsorship. This convention could be much bigger by expanding the programs, what it offers to the Indians. And the more we do it, it's good for the next generation of Indians who are coming here. I had an opportunity to sit down with 3 young Indians who just graduated a couple of years ago, and here in the States for doing masters or looking for a job. And it's one of those things which I think we have to do a much better job to create a positive image. And one of the venues we can do it is providing the opportunity of networking and creating the image out there. Because I don't know, I do not carry a whole lot of philosophical ideas or anything, but simple fact is we run through hundreds, if not thousands of resumes all the time. In my company, there is always shortage of labor and we have at any given time 50, 60 openings, and I get to see the resume. And I know myself, that's not my job and I'm never involved, but I get to see. If you don't know which school they come from, how do you even judge? For a position, if you have a 50 resume, you don't know the university, you toss it out. So that's all I want to say, and thank you for the Alumni Association to arranging this every year. And I have a goal that I can, whatever I can do to make sure that we need to grow this thing far beyond to the full potential. You know, if we have 5,000 people here in the US, we should be able to at least attract 1,000 to 2,000 at minimum. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Akhtar Sahab. I know people are getting a little impatient. I have to recognize it, so we'll move along very fast. A couple of more things before we wrap up before dinner. The next piece of item we have on the agenda is to basically ask Mr. Shahbaz Zubairi to come to the stage and announce a special award as well as a Lifetime Achievement Award. Please give a big round of applause to Shahbaz Zubairi.
As Ahmed has announced that this segment is about presenting the Lifetime Achievement Award for NED. This is a yearly award which we recognize one individual every year during a convention. So for that, before I announce the name, I wanted to actually introduce Tanveer Malik, who's a very well-known figure among the Indians. Tanveer couldn't make it tonight, so he sent a video message, and I'm going to request Mansuri to play that message, please.
Several NED alumni associations in North America. And in this process, I have had the enviable opportunity to work with many of the remarkable NEDs. And it has been my undisputable honor and privilege to work with one such notable NED for the past 15 years. It was July 31st, 2010. It was a hot summer afternoon in Chicago. 15 NEDs representing 7 NED alumni associations of North America converged at the Western O'Hare meeting room. 2.5 hours later, we signed the document establishing NED, International Alumni Network of North America, NED. NEDs stood tall today. These 15 NEDs emerged from the meeting room with sparkle in their eyes, radiance on their faces, that were close to them. The rest, my friends, is as they say history. This NED has been pivotal in the formative years of Canadian NA. He was part of the team that drafted his first bylaws. In 2012, Canadian NA chartered a team to draft the founding documents of NED Alumni Endowment Fund. He was part of that. As a part of the team that drafted NED bylaws. He has been stellar alumnus at the forefront of Canadian NA and NED Alumni. He has been a source of guidance and support for all of those who have had the opportunity to work with him. Most of this was true. It is my pleasure and pride that not only do I consider him among my friends, but he thinks of me as a friend too.
So, Tanveer Malik has been instrumental in forming NED and Olive and Indian NA. So after whatever he said, I really don't have anything to add. But first, before I announce the name, I request Dr. Saroj Lodi, Vice Chancellor of NED, and Dr. Asmali, Chairperson of NED and NA, to come to the stage. While we are making the way to the stage, it is my absolute privilege to announce this year NED and NA Lifetime Achievement Award to a civil engineer who is a graduate of then NED College. He has a master's degree in environmental engineering, a very dedicated and successful professional, a CEO, president of a thriving engineering firm. So this year's NED and NA Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Engineer Ahmed Ali, recognition of NED Alumni College. Ahmed Ali Saab is a dedicated mentor NED alumnus, founding member and class president of one of the NED alumni in North America and founding member of NED. He is also an active member and leader of the Muslim American and Pakistan give a standing ovation, please, for his remarkable work for. Thank you so much. So please, help us out.
I'm so touched. Honestly, I cannot speak. It's an honor at this time that I will never forget. My thanks to the NED board and the board and all of my colleagues with whom I worked for so many years. It was an honor to have headed this institution from day one in all these years. I have had very good friendship with all of you. Thank you for the office.
So one more award that we will have to present is the Award of Appreciation. I invite Mr. Rashid Ali Beg to come to the stage and present the Award of Appreciation. Rashid Ali Beg.
It's my honor and privilege to, on behalf of NED and NA, give this award of leadership and visionary guidance and award of excellence and service to NED University of Engineering and Technology for decades. I'm talking about Dr. Saroj Krishna. Dr. Saroj Krishna has been serving as a Vice Chancellor of the University since March of 2017. While I say a few words about him, I request the past chairmen of NED and NA to come to the stage. Ahmed Ali Saab is here. Asma Ali, could you please come to the stage? And Aslam Siddiqui, could you please also come to the stage? Amirul Islam, could you please come to the stage? So, Dr. Saroj Modi has been the Vice Chancellor for the university since 2017. I mean, he was the acting Dean of Biomedical Engineering, he was the Dean of Civil Engineering and Technology, Chairman of the Civil Department from 2003 to 2010. As it was said earlier, that he has dedicated pretty much all his life to NED. He has played a pivotal role in developing NED University's quality assurance program, which led to NED becoming ISO certified. I mean, he's an alumnus of NED. He earned his bachelor's in 1985, master's in civil and structural engineering from Oregon State University in 1988. He was awarded the prestigious Central Overseas Scholarship in 1994 to pursue his PhD in structural engineering at Heriot Watt University in UK, which was completed in 1998. Dr. Lodi has served on numerous national and international committees and represented the Higher Education Commission on the syndicate of several universities. His contribution to the academia was recognized by the Best University Teacher Award by Higher Education Commission in 2010. With over 100 research papers published in peer-reviewed international journals, he's a renowned researcher, co-author of a book on earthquake engineering, recipient of NED University Research Excellence Award, and a gold medal from NED University Teachers Association in 2016. He has secured over 200 million in national and international research funding. Has been instrumental in developing the student exchange program. In addition to his academic achievement, Dr. Lodi was a member of a commission investigating a 2007 collapse of the Sher Shah Bridge in Karachi. Dr. Lodi is deeply committed to enhancing NED University, especially its infrastructure. And he's a very strong bond, as you saw throughout this program, in the morning session, evening session, that he's a very strong supporter of NED alumni organizations who are supporting NED University. He plays a vital role in their success. And with that, I'm going to read this plaque that we are going to give it to him with our deepest appreciation. NED alumni, NED International Alumni Network of North America, NED and NA, honors Engineer Dr. Sarosh Hashmat Lodi in recognition of many years of leadership and visionary guidance as Vice Chancellor of NED University for Engineering and Technology at NED 2024 Atlanta 18th International Alumni Convention. I would ask our first chairman, Dr. Ahmed Ali Sahab, to give this award to Dr. Lodi.
Thank you.
It was a pleasant service. And all I've done is followed my passion and faith.
So one more time, can you please give a big round of applause to our beloved Dr. Sarosh Lodi. Thank you very much, Dr. Sahab. Thank you for all the services you have been providing. So-called 40 services by approximation that you mentioned. Okay, so this is going to be the last part of my presentation. First of all, thank you for being so patient with me. I know this is a very, very tedious program, but we have to compress a lot of things, and I really appreciate your patience throughout the program. So we broke from namaz, and after that we talked about Mansuri. So we talked about the mortality of life. We come to this world, we play our characters, we have to be and to touch the subject, I've been asked to invite gentlemen that will talk about this topic. And I request your very, very deep attention to this part of the program. The gentleman that I'm going to invite on the stage asked me not to go on with his biodata, so I'm going to put that away. I'm going to keep that promise the speakers up. But I am going to tell definitely the audience that I've known this gentleman for a good about 10 years now. I did not know him in school or college in NED, but he's a gentleman. He's a serious philanthropist. He's a committed man, a man that has achieved a lot of success in his life. And he does a lot of things that he does not even tell a lot of people. And with that, I'm not going to be creating a lot of suspense. I'm going to ask Amir Islam Sahab, please come to the stage and we will ask him to present us today. Thank you very much.
साथियों, मैं आज यहाँ कोई तकरीर करने नहीं आया, बस हम सब की तरफ से एक फरीज़ा निभाने या कर्ज उतारने का काम है। ढलती उम्र की बेतबिश धूप में कच्चे आंगन में टांगे लटकाए, पैरों के तलवे तकरीबन मट्टी के फर्श से रगड़ते हुए एक अधेड़ उम्र मुसाफिर, तनफ्फुस में हयात, हयात में जिंदगी और जिंदगी में रंग बू ढूंढता हुआ, यादों की पटियारी खोले, बीते सालों के एहसासे और खसारे गिनता हुआ, बेख्तियार हाथ बढ़ाता है कि दामन थाम ले उन यादों का, उन सोहबतों का, उन रफाकतों का जो दरअसल जिंदगी का सफर, जिंदगी के सफर का ज़ाद राह है, और उन्हीं नफसों का सदका है जिनको उसने दोस्त जाना, दोस्त पुकारा, और जो बिलाखिर जिंदगी के हर दुख का दरमान और हर सुख का साथी बन गए। वक्तन फौक्तन ये दोस्त बेवफाई निकल जाते हैं, लेकिन उनकी मोहब्बत और उनकी चाहत की खुशबू जिंदगी को गुलजार बनाए रखती है। कभी ना खत्म होने वाली बातें यकलख्त खत्म भी हो जाती हैं, लेकिन उनकी बाज़ गश्त सदाई जज की तरह कानों में रस खोलती रहती है। दोस्त चले जाते हैं, लेकिन दोस्ती भी भला कोई खत्म होने वाली चीज है। ये वो दोस्त हैं जो कैंपस की राहदारियों में मिले और वहां से होते हुए उन्होंने दिलों में सलाहियत कर ली और वहां अपना घर बना लिया। ये वो रिश्ते हैं जिसमें खुलूस और मोहब्बत के सिवा किसी चीज की कोई आमेजिश नहीं। मैं और तुम नहीं, यहाँ सिर्फ और सिर्फ हम। ये हकीकत है कि इन अजीज सच्चान दोस्तों में से कुछ ऐसे भी हैं जो आज हमें नजर नहीं आते, लेकिन किसी न किसी सूरत आज भी वो हमारे साथ हैं। उनमें और हम में फासला सिर्फ एक सांस है। जुदाइयां और मुखालिफतें तो जिंदगी की धूप छांव का जुज़्व, लेकिन जिन दोस्तों ने जिंदगी को हसीन यादों और मोहब्बतों से भरपूर कर दिया हो, उनकी याद जब भी आती है तो आंख में आंसुओं के साथ लबों पे एक मुस्कुराहट भी आ जाती है। ये मुकालमा, ये मुकाला एक याद रफ़क़ा है, लेकिन ये सिर्फ शहर खामोशा का सफरनामा नहीं, ये तो दरअसल यादों की बारात है। यादों का दरीचा जरा सा वाह होता है तो माजी के गुलिस्तान से एक ऐसा पुरमहक और खुमार आलू झोंका आता है कि आंखें बिला इख्तियार बंद होने लगती हैं, और आंखें बंद होते ही जैसे आप एक शीश महल में पहुंच जाते हैं। हर तरफ शीशे ही शीशे, हर शीशे में एक तस्वीर, और हर तस्वीर के पीछे एक लामतनाही कहानियां और यादें। एक शीशे में देखता हूं तो कैंपस का पार्किंग लॉट, एक शानदार गाड़ी रुकती है, उस गाड़ी में इससे ज्यादा शानदार नौजवान गाड़ी मुझसे उतरता है। दराज का चिट्टा रंग, चेहरे पे ताजगी, दबी दबी सी दिलकशी मुस्कुराहट, कोई 2 गज का कद, गज भर का सीना, और उस सीने में 1000 कोस का दिल, इतना बड़ा दिल कि जहां भर के दोस्त उसके अंदर समा जाते हैं। जी हाँ, ये है असद आलम खान। जरा इस नाम को गौर करें, असद आलम खान, सारी दुनिया का खान, सारी दुनिया का शेर, और उस पे खान का तबका। इस नाम को निभाना भी कितना मुश्किल है, लेकिन वाह असद न सिर्फ इस नाम की लाज रखी, बल्कि जिंदगी भर इसको निभाया। हर नाम में, हर मुश्किल में असद का बढ़ चढ़ के हिस्सा लेना शेवा और शान। कुछ दिन पहले असद के एक जिगरी दोस्त से बात की। उन्होंने सिर्फ ये कहा कि 50 साल की रफाकत में उन्होंने असद के मुंह से कभी किसी के लिए कोई बड़े कलमात नहीं सुने। इससे बड़ा तमगा, इससे बड़ी सनत क्या हो सकती है? ऐसे तनावर और खुरगबार दरख्तों को खिजा तो आंख उठाकर भी नहीं देख सकती। एक और शीशे में झांका तो NED की कैंटीन का मंजर नजर आया। एक जानी पहचानी शक्ल का नौजवान एक मुनफरिद शान बेनियाजी के साथ सिगरेट पी रहा है। एक शायराना बेनियाजी एक मखसूस अंदाज में हाथ बालों में फेर रहा है। करीब से जाके देखा तो शक्ल की दिलकशी से ऐसा लगा कि इसका नाम जरूर यूसुफ होगा, लेकिन दरअसल یہ مظہر علی مظہر ہے. ایک انتہائی پڑھے لکھے مہذب اور وزادار خاندان کا یہ سپوت خود بھی خلوص، محبت اور وزاداری کا پتلا تھا. مظہر ایک بہترین شاعر تھے جن کا کلام ان کی حساس شخصیت کا عیندار ہے. مظہر خدا داد صلاحیت والے فنکار تھے جنہوں نے بے شمار ڈراموں میں اپنے فن کا، اپنی صلاحیت کا لوہا منوایا. مظہر افشان ڈرامے میں آفتاب ہے، عروسہ میں شہریار ہے، لیکن مظہر کا بہترین کردار دوستوں کا دوست. مظہر کی شخصیت منفرد اور مقناطیسی تھی. وہ جو کہتے ہیں کہ بولے تو لبوں سے پھول چڑھتے ہیں، ٹھہرے تو گردشیں طواف کرتی ہیں، اور چلے تو زمانے ٹھہر کے دیکھتے ہیں. اب کہاں ہے پیدا ایسے پراگندہ دو، زمین کی کیا مجال کہ ایسے آسمانوں کو کھا چکے. ذرا گھوم کر ایک اور شیشے میں جھانکا. یہ شعبہ تعمیرات کی راہداری ہے. سامنے رنگت، چہرے پہ ایک جاذبیت، آنکھوں میں ایک فطری اپنائیت، ہاتھوں میں کاغذات لیے تیز تیز چلتا ہوا یہ نوجوان حسب معمول کسی نہ کسی طالب علم کا مسئلہ لیے انتظامیہ کی طرف روانہ ہوا. یہ ہیں صوبہ بلوچستان سے آئے ہوئے احسان اللہ. اپنی پوری سار شخصیت اور بے پناہ خلوص کی بدولت احسان نے جامعہ میں وہ مقبولیت حاصل کی جو بہت کم لوگوں کے حصے میں آئی. لیکن یہی نہیں، تعلیم کے میدان میں بھی ان کا شمار بہترین طلباء میں ہوتا تھا اور امتحانات میں پوزیشن حاصل کرنا احسان کا معمول تھا. احسان کا سب سے بڑا کمال یہ تھا کہ ہر ملنے والا اس یقین کے ساتھ ملتا تھا کہ ہم احسان کے نزدیک ہیں اور ہم احسان کے لیے اہم. احسان کے اس دنیا سے اتنی جلد چلا جانا اس کے ملک، اس کے صوبے اور اس کے پیشے کے لیے ایک ناقابل تلافی نقصان. یہ یادوں کا شیش محل بھی کیا بنا ہے. یہ دیکھیں، یہ جامعہ کا دالان ہے. آج طلبہ یونین کے انتخابات اور کامیاب امیدوار اپنی روایتی اناوی ابائیں پہنے اپنے حمایتیوں کے کاندھے پر سوار اپنی جیت کے جشن منا رہے. انہی میں ایک خوبرو نوجوان، چہرے پر ایک دائمی سی مسکراہٹ اور ساتھ ساتھ کچھ لجاجت، کچھ شرماہٹ، دراز قد لیکن باسمر شجر کی طرح کچھ جھکا جھکا سا. یہ شعبہ مکانیات کے چشم چراغ فروخ حسین. مجھے فروخ کے ساتھ انتخابات میں حصہ لینے کا موقع ملا تو اس دوران ان کو کچھ جاننے کا موقع ملا. سچ پوچھیے تو سمجھ میں نہیں آتا تھا کہ اتنا معصوم، اتنا شریف النفس انسان سیاست میں اس کا کیا کام. یہ ذرا ایک اور شیشے پر سے کر چھاڑی. جامعہ کے فارغ التحصیل طلباء میں سے بہت کم ہیں جنہوں نے پبلک سیکٹر میں اس قدر پیشہ ورانہ ترقی کی. مصباح الدین فرید کراچی کے ادارے آب و نکاسی کے مینیجنگ ڈائریکٹر تھے اور اس لحاظ سے ان کا شمار شہر کراچی کے عمائدین اور معززین میں ہوتا تھا. لیکن جس مصباح کو ہم جانتے ہیں وہ تو کھیلوں اور ایتھلیٹکس کے میدان میں اپنے جھنڈے گاڑ چکا تھا، لیکن اس کا اصل طور امتیاز اس کی وہ شخصیت ہے جو بزم یارہ میں ہمیشہ شمع محفل کی طرح. وہ دیکھیں اس شیشے میں وہ شفیق ہیں، اپنے نام سے بھی زیادہ مشہور اور اپنے روایتی مکلف شلوار قمیض میں پورے کراچی کے شعبہ تعمیرات کا وزن اپنے چوڑے کاندھوں پر اٹھائے. لیکن مجال ہے کہ پیشانی پہ بال آ جائے یا مسکراہٹ میں ذرا سی کمی بھی آ جائے. اور یہ جو شیشے کے پیچھے یہ پوٹے سے قد کا انتہائی شرارتی والا شکل نوجوان کسی ثانوی اسکول کا طالب علم لگتا ہے، یہ دراصل جامعہ NED کی یونین کے جوائنٹ سیکرٹری خالد داس ہے. اور یہ جو ایک نیا شیشہ یہ ہماری اہلیہ محترمہ کی ہم جماعت مرینا کا پتہ دیتا ہے جو اس ضرورت سے زیادہ طویل فہرست میں شامل ہوئے. امتیاز احمد کو ہم سے بچھڑے ہوئے ایک مدت ہے، لیکن کڑھی کی بات لگتی ہے کہ ان کے گھر میں بیٹھے ضیافت کھا رہے تھے اور ماہی گیری کے اسرار اور منہ سے آگہی بھی حاصل کر رہے تھے. ہزاروں میں یکتا دل کا کھرا یادوں کا یاد. کس کس کا نام ہے؟ مظفر حسین صاحب شکاگو میڈیا کے فاؤنڈر ممبر، میرے اپنے ہم جماعت جاوید اور رشید کرتے ہیں. دوستو کتنی اور کھڑکیوں میں جھانکیں. دل بس یہ چاہتا ہے کہ نو کے قلم ٹوٹ جائے یا کسی طرح آنکھ کھل جائے, پتہ چلے کہ یہ جو کچھ لکھا فسانہ تھا, جو کچھ کے دیکھا خواب, کاش کہ کچھ بھی نہیں, بس چلتے چلتے گنتی کے لوگ جانے پہچانے رہ گئے. کہنے کو داستانیں برباد محفلوں کی, اب چند پر شکستہ پروانے رہ گئے. اقبال ڈھونڈتے ہو تم جن کو محفلوں میں, ان کی جگہ اب ان کے فسانے رہ گئے. شکریہ بہت بہت.
I do not know if anybody has done more justice to this sensitive topic or we loved it. Thank you for taking the time to memorize and eulogize the people that we've lost. With that, I have to draw attention for Dr. Saroj Sahab. Saroj Sahab, aapke mehman ke. Bahut shukriya. With that, the only thing that I have to say is we are ready for dinner and Isha prayers, so please proceed. Thank you very much for your patience.
We have a crew is only at 10 o'clock, the hotel crew. So we can finish the dinner in 30 minutes.
समझ गया भाग भाग के खाना खाएं. नहीं यार इसको घुमा के ना कुर्सियों को जरा सामने चीजें रखो हर एक कुर्सी के आगे. उधर मुंह करें और कुर्सी उल्टा दो. वैसे तो हम लोगों ने तो इसके आगे मफलर रखे हैं. अभी लाइन लगे हो करो. यहाँ बैठे हो वहीं रख दो. हाँ वो ठीक.
I don't want other. तुम लोग चलो मैं तो अच्छा आप कह रही अस्सलाम वालेकुम. अच्छा ले लेते ना यार.
You have a quick
मोबाइल भी कुछ मार्केट में लॉन्च करने की basically provide people on
कोई नहीं लेके जाएगा इसको आप यहाँ रख दीजिए, आप यहाँ रख दीजिए। मुजाहिद भाई सब बस यहाँ रख दीजिए। वो सवाल पूछेंगे, वो सवाल पूछेगा सिंपल सा
सच ही तो बोलता हूँ, मैं नहीं बोल सकता था।
आप इंटरव्यू दिए?
हाँ हाँ इंटरव्यू।